Hey guys, Mr. Short Hitter here. I'm no expert in this, but I do plan on getting fit, some new equipment, but I want to walk into that fitting with a general understanding of what I need. So I'm going to do a couple of tests. My current irons are actually standard. My swing has probably changed over the last few years. I'm not really sure if that lie is going to fit me anymore. I did do a static fitting of length, and I decided that I am going a 1/4 inch shorter on all my clubs. And on my putter, I'm gonna go even shorter than that based on some feedback I got from a subscriber. And I'm gonna start out with the test anybody that has been fit knows, the lie board. But I'm gonna use the lie board just to see how it compares with some of the other methods that I'll use. Check it out.
5 holes to go, just play 13. Need a palm away, yeah, gotta hit more greens.
I got this lie board here. Any lie board will do. I got an old towel that I'm gonna stand on so I can get myself as level with the lie board as possible. We'll put some tape on the bottom of the club and let's see what we get. So guys, that's definitely heel side. That's the 9-iron, and that's the 7-iron, which is also heel side. The next thing I'm going to do is definitely a little bit more reliable. I'm going to put a line down the middle of the ball. I'm not going to hit off the lie board, not going to hit off the towel, just going to hit directly off the mat. Aim it at the target that I'm hitting at. Just see where the marker ends up on the face of the club. If it ends up straight up and down, that would mean my lie angles are correct. But first, I don't want any marker on my impact screen, so I'm going to put a little net in front. Alright guys, so that's the third test. I'll give you a look at where these balls hit on the face. I'll show you that, and then I'll get to the next test, which is I'm going to line the simulator up and let's see if these balls start on a straight path. Feel like if my lie angle is pretty close to correct, that I should be able to get the ball somewhat on the correct starting line. So we'll hit some shots to see what we come up with. So guys, just a quick example for those of you who don't understand how lie angle affects the starting line. If the club is too flat for me, then the toe of the club will enter the ground before the heel. As I move this club up, the toe is lower than the heel, and the tee that's in the center of the club face begins to point to the right of the target. So if the club is too flat for me, the starting line will be to the right of the target. And vice versa, if the club is too upright for me, then the heel enters the ground first. And as I move this club down, you can see the tee begins to point to the left of the target. So this is just a real simplified example. There's a lot of other things to take into consideration, but this is a starting point, and I want you guys to understand what I'm talking about. All right, guys, so the line on that club face on both the 7-iron and the 9-iron were relatively straight up and down. I probably didn't have it in the video. I may not have had it flat. so you guys can see it properly. So the lie angle, if it was off, it's only slightly off. From the shots that I hit with the 7-iron and the 9-iron, both of them kind of veered towards a little bit right. The 9-iron, 2 degrees right, 2 degrees right, 3 degrees right, 1 degree right, and 2 degrees right. And the 7-iron, 2 degrees right, 3 degrees right, 0, 3 degrees right, and 1 degree right. From that tells me that my lie angle might be just a tad too flat for me. Since I already planned on shortening my clubs a 1/4 inch, what will make them slightly flatter, my game plan is to get my clubs bent 1 degree upright. So with them being a little flatter because they're shorter and me bending them 1 degree upright, that'll effectively make them maybe a 1/2 degree upright. Hopefully that'll get me started closer to the center line. I'm also gonna show you some shots from the fitting, so check that out. Okay guys, so first I start out hitting some 7-irons.
That was high too.
I didn't really show you any of the wedges. You know, I hit some wedge shots, just trying to decide whether I wanted the RTX 6 or the more forgiving CBX.
Maybe try to aim a little more in the center of the range.
Wedges. It's kind of hard to tell hitting wedges off a mat which one you should hit, so I'm probably going to try those a little bit more off the turf. Was carrying it close to 150 with these 7-irons. I had a thought of maybe trying some graphite shafts, and I just could not really get the feel for them. I was hitting them so high. It was just so whippy and felt so light. I just felt like I couldn't feel the club head. I couldn't really feel anything. So I kind of switched back to a shaft that was really, I think, the best of both worlds.
It doesn't feel
the
solid.
graphite is because you're launching it 3 degrees higher, and so with this KBS light, it's a little bit lighter than what you have, but your launch angle's at a better spot. And it's got a good amount of spin. In this ticket right here.
Okay. Okay.
And you can pick between the 5 or the 4 head, whatever you want. But this is the one I like. We're just building the driver for you now.
Okay.
Kind of found a shaft that I liked, and then the next question basically was the head. Did I want to go with the 4 or the 5 head? The 4 was a little more forgiving, and that's what I've been playing, and I think I'm going to stick with the 4.
Typical carry 215 to 225.
So then we hit some drivers, and again the main thing was the shaft, trying to figure out a shaft that I had a good feel with. As you can see, that carried 224, 242 total, which is kind of normal for me. The head felt really good. You know, it just took maybe we switched around maybe 3 or 4 swings before I found a shaft that I really liked. I wanted to make sure that, you know, even though I want to pick up ball speed, you know, still being able to be comfortable and being able to hit a ball in the fairway is still very important to me, because that's kind of my strength.
I mean, it felt pretty good, but I felt like I could feel the hit.
Okay guys, so I also hit some 3 woods and some 5 woods.
Now I would take that all day long. Take that all day long too. I mean, if I could consistently carry it over 190 with 3 wood, I'm happy with that.
About 199, 224.
Really?
199, 195, 208.
And that 3 wood you gave me was 15, right?
So this 3 wood I was hitting here, I was carrying it about 5 yards further than I carried the 5 wood, but due to the landing angle and the spin,
The high wood stand, so the 5 wood was only carrying 5 yards shorter than that, but it was 15 yards shorter.
I think you can do a 3 wood this year.
This is easy as I've had it.
You want to hit a hybrid?
I actually was getting it out 15 yards further, but the 3 wood I was getting out to about 220 to 225, and the 5 wood was closer to about 210.
feel like I got a lot of height out of 7 where I could probably go with the 6, I think, in this set.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Trust, when my new clubs arrive, I will give you an updated what's in the bag. To check out a video on some tips on breaking 90, click the video to my right. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, Mr. Short Hitter, out.
My game's obscene now, hooks and big fades, it's not my day now. Why did I play now? Just clear my head.